Why do I have to show my ID if I'm buying alcohol-free beer? I'm 43. As a cashier, my system requires me to scan a card for it. Due to the nature of brewing, NA beer isn't actually alcohol-free, it's just very low ABV. I've been carded buying ginger beer. I think that the cashier didn't know that it was non-alcoholic. Even if you are well past the age to buy alcohol, most states have a law that requires everyone to be carded. As for the alcohol-free beer part, they probably saw beer and brain registered must card. As someone else pointed out, cashiers' brains will go into autopilot. I get asked for ID when I buy my soda that comes in a 4-pack. I just go, "Ho, why?" Then we get a laugh when it dawns on them it is just soda. Legit answer? It still has alcohol in it. Simple as that. There is a legal requirement for fat-free and alcohol-free and allergen-free. Get below the threshold, you can now say that there's none in it. But there still is. I think it's just store policy that certain items get carded, so no matter what, so that there's no chance of liability on the company's dime. We've been carded for buying Dickwell and NyQuil as adults. Depending on the store, state, country, the penalty for not checking can be massive. So regardless of whether it's alcoholic or not, it's just standard practice on anything beer related. The cashier wasn't really paying attention and didn't notice that you were buying near beer, nor that you were well past the age where you could be underage. Take the later point as a compliment. He just saw some beer and asked for your ID. It's a very repetitive job. Sometimes you let your brain check out and go on autopilot. It falls under the category of a malt beverage, which is regulated by the Federal Alcohol Administration Act, prompting an ID upon scanning. Because it's not actually alcohol-free. Partially, it's so kids can't get like a case of O'Dowell's and replace the bottles with an alcoholic beer, or replace the barcode with one. Part of it is that there's some alcohol in it. A lot of stores have card everyone no exceptions policies as far as age goes, or card everyone that looks under 50, etc. I also know people that would go out of their way to card rude people. Selling alcohol-free booze to children may be considered encouraging children to drink alcohol. I don't think that would sit well with most parents and is a possible reason why you need ID. Although if you are 43 it's obvious, so the cashier was likely just doing their job without thinking about it that much. Here in my state, when I worked at a gas station, they told us that we had to do it cause you can't sell it to someone with an expired license. I don't know if this is actually law, but what we were told. It has 0.05 alcohol. Companies don't want any slip-ups with alcohol sales, so they implement a system where the register halts sales until alcohol is scanned or voided, to avoid cashier mistakes that would cost the company thousands in fines, or even losing their alcohol license, many thousands of dollars of lost profit, fines, etc. Alcohol-free beer is not alcohol-free, and as such falls under the rules for alcohol. Source: Ramp training to work in a Pennsylvania grocery store bakery. Hops is still a drug. I've worked in grocery since the 80s, and I've never had anyone remotely close to 21 attempt to buy NA beer. It depends where you live. In Minnesota you must show an ID if you try to, but NA beer at the supermarket independently of your age, e.g. 60 yo. However, you can go to the liquor store next door and buy regular beer with no ID. The first time it really shocked me. Non-alcoholic beer isn't completely alcohol-free. It can have up to 0.5, because non-alcoholic beer has alcohol in it.